Hey guys, Chris here, and welcome to the Real EV Talk, the brand new live streaming format I have here on the channel where we have real talks about real EVs, what's going on in the EV world, and also if you guys want some buying advice, well, there is a comment section. You guys can post questions. But just be wary, guys, that if you really want me to answer a question, because we're going to be going through some topics, I would advise you to hit that what's it called down below. Now my brain completely froze. That super chat button. Donate some money to the channel, to the live stream. That is much appreciated. Your question will then be highlighted, and I'll be able to answer that. I'll dedicate some time. So if you want to, support the channel with a small amount or a big amount, that is much appreciated. So thank you very much. So my name is Chris. If you're new here, I have this channel dedicated to testing EV. So usually I do range tests, charging tests, I do reviews, I do all kinds of sorts of testing on electric cars. And this here live stream that I started with a few weeks ago, well, is a brand new thing here on the channel where, well, this is more like a conversation between me and you, and we talk about EV topics. So welcome everybody. Please let me know if you guys can hear me, because my monitoring down here of the actual live stream is a bit delayed. So I think people are hearing me loud and clear. Audio's good, video's good. Again, I'm quite new to this live stream. I think this is like the fourth or fifth time we're doing this. We've had some issues and it's not been smooth sailing, but hopefully things will be, well, nice pushing forward. And also, guys, Happy New Year's if I haven't seen you, if you haven't seen me. Welcome to 2022. 2022 is going to be an awesome year. As I said, we have the live stream that is brand new here on the channel, and we are going to test a lot of cool cars this year. So last year, I think I pushed out somewhere between 120 and 150 videos. I'm not sure, guys. I was going to make the stats, but on average, I think I at least did 3 or 4 videos. Let's say 4 videos times. Was that 200 videos? Did I upload 200 videos? Well, let me check. Did I upload 200 videos last year? No, that cannot be the case. Did I upload that many videos? Let's see. Yeah, I think I uploaded at least 150 videos last year. If somebody wants to go to the channel and then count, let me know. But I think I uploaded somewhere between 150 and 200 videos. Good evening, guys. We have people now coming into the chat. Kevin, good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Where's Lakeland? Is that on the east coast of Florida, on the west coast, or is it down south, or is it, west towards, is that like Georgia or Louisiana? Please let me know. Lars Pettit, Happy New Year. All good. Great. Michael B, thumbs up. Mats Pedersen, hi Chris. Awesome, guys. We are now 44 people watching the live stream. Hopefully, we will hit some new numbers today, but we never know because usually I do these live streams on Sundays or on Mondays, but today it is Tuesday, but new year, new possibilities. But the reason why we're doing this live stream today and not yesterday is because I was sick all last week, and then my daughter was sick. She has asthma. There is this RS virus that's going around, not the coronavirus. So she was sick, and she was actually had to be put into the hospital for a few days because of her asthma, and she just got out the other day. So between Christmas and New Year's has been super busy, and yeah. That's why I did push out a live stream yesterday, but now she's sleeping sound, and hopefully she'll be sleeping throughout the live stream. Okay, guys, Happy New Year from Ireland, from Joe and Rand and UK Falcom 85. Good evening and Happy New Year. Awesome, guys. We are now 50 people on the live stream. I think last week we peaked at like 175. That was pretty cool and pretty awesome. So hopefully we will be peaking, and everybody please hit that like button also down below so we get the likes up. I think our goal for this live stream is 200 likes. I think we were able to hit 150 or 170 likes last time. Let's aim for 200 likes. That would be pretty cool and pretty awesome. So okay, as people start joining. UK Falcon, did you think classic cars from the 60s and 70s should be converted into EV? You know what? This is a very cool and very interesting topic. And UK Falcon 85, I think that would be really, really cool. Problems in some countries is just, having it being illegal. In Norway, there's no government body, no organization that can, approve these cars, at least on an individual level. And that's why we have in Germany something called TÜV, TUV, that, I think it's a private organization that they have the equipment, they have the ability to go over a car, have everything documented, and then approved. We're talking about modifications here. So if you do an engine swap, if you convert a car from internal combustion to electric, there has to be some governing body who has to oversee this and approve these. Unfortunately, in Norway, we do not have that, but maybe these laws can become a little bit more lenient in the future, but I think that would be really, really cool. I've been seeing some conversions on YouTube. Old Porsche 911s, old Land Rover Defenders. And actually a car that I'm a huge fan of is the Range Rover P38. I don't know, guys, we're going to hop into today's topic, today's main topic is the Mercedes-Benz Vision EQXX. You guys have been talking about that on a few live streams now in the comments. We're going to get to that in a bit, but I just want to address this question from UK Falcon 85, which was a very cool question. One of my favorite cars growing up was the Range Rover P38. Just this classy, boxy, luxurious SUV. And, compared to today's SUVs, it isn't a very large car. I think it's like only 4.7, 4.8 meters long. It's maybe less than 2 meters wide, and maybe like 1.7, 1.8 meters tall. But I saw one today, and I'm cruising around in a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus now, which is really low. And I just saw one today. It's beautiful. I think they are beautiful. The Range Rover P38s, like the original Range Rover, I think they're going to become classics, that, boxy SUV shape, but they are super unreliable. So I almost bought a P38 back in 2006. So back in 2006, I was, 21 years old. I was looking to get, my first, not a shit box of a car. And, looking to spend a little bit of money for a 20-year-old. And I was looking at Range Rover P38s. And I saw one, there was a 1996 model for sale here in Norway. And remember, guys, in Norway, we usually have these taxes on cars that makes, internal combustion engine cars, at least in the past, very expensive. So this was a 10-year-old Range Rover, done 120,000 kilometers. It was a 4.0 SE. That's the straight 6 is the 4. No, it's still a V8. The 4.0 is a V8. 4.0 is a V8 to 190 horsepower. But it was beautiful. It was like dark blue over tan interior. It had, the 18-inch. It was a beautiful car. But, I think it was like 250,000 kroners, about 25,000 euros. And that was at the upper part of my budget. And then I started reading it on forums, and these things were just notoriously unreliable, the P38. So if anybody's familiar with the Range Rovers, the P38s were super unreliable. I think they were the first versions that came standard with air suspension. Maybe the Range Rover Classics, the long wheelbase one, came with air suspension later, but the P38s all came with air suspension. The 2.0 DS, the 2.5 DSE, the 4.0 SE, and the 4.6 HSE. And these things were just notoriously unreliable. So I never pushed myself to buy one. And I haven't yet. I haven't owned a Range Rover or a Land Rover yet. I've owned a lot of cars now, but none of those. So I'm hoping that the newly revealed Range Rover, the new big one, which is, the predecessor to the P38. We had the P38 and then we had the L322. And I think we had the last generation, or the one that was just switched out, was the L410. Or 400, just correct me there, guys. But the new one, the one that just revealed, is going to come as a fully electric car soon. But okay, guys, that is enough about old Range Rovers. But my point, long story short, is that I really want to get a P38 converted to electric then it will be at least more reliable. So let me know if you're looking forward to converting an old ICE car to electric, and if you are looking forward to the new Range Rover being electric. The new Range Rover and the Range Rover Sport, I think they're going to be cool, the new generations. I just love the look, just that clean design of those cars. Okay, guys. Kevin Hawthorne in Polk County, east of Tampa. So east of Tampa, so it's a little bit inland then. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Just seeing my dream car. Oh, I have so many dream cars. We can probably get that, but I want to hop in today's topic. We're 10 minutes into the video. Manuel Göllnitz, TÜV, Technischer Überprüfungsverein, aka Technical Inspection Agency. It's somewhat like a public organization. But isn't it private? I thought TÜV was private. Every car has to be inspected every 2 years, and they inspect the customers, which costs you. But I know that because I used to work in in the car parts industry, and some wheels would be aftermarket wheels, like these custom wheels would be TÜV approved. It was a really big thing. That means you could just show the papers to the Norwegian car organization called Biltilsynet. It's like probably like your TÜV there, and it would be good enough. Mario Brunette, hey there from Ottawa, Canada. Samir, my dream car when I was younger was a simple Audi A7. However, that was before Tesla. Now I think it's Model X Plaid. I think the A7 is a very pretty car, especially the first generation and also the second generation. And also, the Audi e-tron GT is even nicer and sportier in my opinion. But I don't think any Tesla is prettier than that car. Okay, guys, we are now 57 people watching the stream. Numbers are a little bit lower than usual. Maybe it's because it's a Tuesday, but okay, we'll just have to roll with it. I do appreciate every one of you guys. Is the quality fine? Is the streaming quality and audio fine? If it is, let me know. If it's not, let me know also. So I've been struggling to get this working. I sat here like 45 minutes trying to get so I could show you pictures and web pages. And for some reason, I'm using the OBS here to stream. I'm streaming, via a third-party program, which should be one of the best out there. I don't know why it's not very good. But I'm not able to scroll in a URL, which is pretty strange. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up the Mercedes-Benz EQXX, and I'm not able to scroll, but what we're able to do is that we are able to... Did this freeze up? No, sorry, I have to. It's just overly hard to use. There we go. So this is the EQXX. This is today's main topic, the Mercedes-Benz EQXX. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the Real EV Talk, the live stream here on my YouTube channel, where we talk about real EVs, real talk about real EVs. And today's big topic, the first big reveal or launch of 2022, is the Mercedes-Benz Vision EQXX, which is a concept. But Mercedes are pretty profound with bringing their concepts to real life. So this may be close to something we are going to see. And first impressions is that I do like this. Are you guys seeing this? Is this something that you guys like? Let's scroll through some pictures here. And I'm thinking about this like not isolated, like it's not the prettiest thing I have seen, but compared to recent Mercedes-Benz EVs like the EQS, like the EQE, like the EQA and EQB, this thing is actually quite good looking, in my opinion. Some stats here. This is a concept. It's called the Vision EQXX. It is about the size of a Mercedes-Benz C-Class, or maybe a Tesla Model 3 or a Polestar 2. It's about that size, but as you guys can see in photos, it looks very low. And it also looks very wide. It's 4.63 meters long with a wheelbase of 2.8 meters, and it has very skinny tires. And this thing has the lowest drag coefficient of any car. So the current production car that has the lowest drag coefficient is the Mercedes EQS with 0.2 CD, tied with the Lucid Dream, also at 0.2 CD. So the reason the EQS just looks, like this blob, and I have a few videos out on the EQS now. I'm dropping my review in a few days, but again, since I've been sick, and my daughter's also been in hospital, I just haven't had the time, guys. So I do apologize if there have been very few videos. I really wanted to push a lot of videos at the end of the year, but I just wasn't able to do that. So, but the reason the EQS just looks like a little bit of a blob, and again, you'll find those videos on my channel of the EQS, is because they're trying to make it look as aerodynamic as possible. So some people think that's cool. I'm not a huge fan of the EQS, or for me, it's very spec dependent. Like the car I had, black with those wheels, really didn't do it for me. But if you got like a matte white one, EQS 53 AMG, with some cool wheels, I think that is a very cool looking car. We can see if we can, pull something up like that later. But also the EQ, I saw that briefly at the International Auto Show in Munich back in September, but it was so crowded there, I just got to see it. That also looks a little bit weird. It has this short rear deck lid. This, though, has nice proportion. So the front end is a little bit more exciting, a little bit more stylish than the EQS and also the EQE. It looks a little bit different than the current Mercedes lineup, and I do like that because, again, I'm not the hugest fan of the current EQ models. And then we have the rear end, which may be like a little bit hate or love it. We're gonna get back into why it looks like this, but the interesting thing here is the light bar. And if you look at this and something like a Kia EV6, they are very similar in the rear. And the reason they're similar, it has to do with aerodynamics. So this has this, it seems like the rear end just stops and is cut off. That has to do with aerodynamic flow. When the end abruptly stops like this, that means the airflow can be smooth at the back. So if it's not this shape, there will be these whirlwinds, turbulence behind, which will create drag, slowing the car. Thinking of it as making a vacuum. This design, at least in air tunnel, will make the airflow smooth. So that's why they do this. That's why the EV6 looks like. And now thinking of it, that may be one of the reasons why the EV6 is so much more efficient than the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Think about that, guys. That's very interesting. Nissan Leaf also has some of this. So many cars are trying to have this, just this squared off rear end for aerodynamics. And I think this way to do it is pretty attractive. I have to say, not the prettiest, but I think it's interesting, much better than the current lineup of Mercedes. Where it looks cool, like from full on rear end, it looks pretty cool. I do like that light bar. And here it looks really nice. So I think if they just play a little bit with the proportions, it looks cool. And look at this. This is my favorite angle of the EQXX, because if we think about the EQS again, I think from the rear 3/4, it's okay. Front 3/4, it's also okay. But from profile, I think the EQS just looks boring like a blob. This, though, is the opposite, because I think its best angle is the profile. It has this long hood, this low and long roofline that just, tapers off like a fastback, and then you have that long tail rear end design. And again, we can see this in something like, the latest McLaren, what's it called? Not the 720, the long tail, what's it called? The long tail something. They also did an F1 long tail. So long tail designs is, in the engineering world, it's a known way to have a car be super slippery. In a saloon, I have never seen it before, but this looks very cool. Will you lose some of its practicality? Maybe. Can they utilize that with some clever packaging? Probably. But I think this looks pretty cool. What? Yeah, Speedtail, McLaren Speedtail. Thank you, Marcus. So that is awesome. Okay, guys, we're now 72 people watching the live stream, 28 likes. Come on, guys, let's get up to at least 70 likes now quickly. We have a goal of reaching 200 likes for this live stream. And also, if you want to support the channel, you can donate to the channel via the super chat button down below, and then ask me a question, which I will most definitely answer. But guys, let me know, do you like this? I think this is a for being, an electric car, dedicated electric car meant to be aerodynamic first, I think this is an impressive execution. Remember that, guys, this has the lowest drag coefficient of any car at 0.17 CD. And also drag coefficient is kind of like, Euro NCAP car ratings only apply within their class. So if you have a small car and a large car with the same Euro NCAP rating, that does not mean you can collide these cars against each other in a frontal collision. The heavier car will always have the advantage. So they will have the same rating within their class. If you guys understand, I explained that poorly. The same goes for aerodynamics because it's dependent on your frontal area, right? So say a EQS size car with 0.2 CD, that does not mean it will be more efficient than, say, an A-class size car with 0.21 CD. It's dependent on the size of the front end. There are advanced, equations that the engineers use to calculate these numbers. But this frontal area is about the size of a Mercedes CLA, according to Mercedes. So frontal area is quite small, and then on top of that, it has the lowest drag coefficient of any car. So this thing is impressive. So the numbers are 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. That is correct, guys. A Tesla Model 3 size car with 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. And the average consumption, and these are probably WLTP numbers because these are the flex numbers. The range Mercedes are saying is 1,000 kilometers or 620 miles, which is insane. That is mind-blowing. That is pretty crazy, guys. Yeah, that is just insane range. And again, probably WLTP, but this size of a car having 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, that is insane. That is insane. And also, if we this is the reason I do my motorway range test, right? And then we always compare the numbers to the WLTP numbers because WLTP numbers are kind of consistent across the board. They're the baseline. But testing, at least in summer, show that most EVs get between 70 and 80% of their WLTP rated range at motorway speed. That is going 110 to 113 kilometers per hour real world measured speed. That is closer to 120 kilometers an hour on the speedometer. So driving at 120 kilometers an hour, that's about, was that 75 miles an hour? Let's do that for my overseas viewers. 120 divided by 1.6, that's 75 miles per hour. So you're going at that speed. In summertime, you will be able to get somewhere between 70 and 80% of your WLTP rated range there. So like my Audi e-tron GT, 480 kilometer WLTP rated range. And then is that 470 times 0.8, right? So 300 and closer to 400 kilometers of real world range in that car. Aren't those the numbers? Just let me get the numbers here so don't make a mistake. Let's see here. Motorway range test, Audi e-tron GT. So the WLTP is 488 and getting 80% at 13 to 19 degrees Celsius. So springtime temperatures, not very warm, 392 kilometers, right? So if we take that same starting point and we don't even need a calculator. So you're saying, it's not going to get 1,000 kilometers, this EQXX. But if it gets 80% of its WLTP rated range, that's still 800 kilometers of range on the motorway at 120 kilometers an hour. And that is what I want to talk about in today's topic, today's video, today's live stream, because that is insane. What car this size with a petrol engine, let alone a diesel engine, will give you 800 kilometers of range at 120 kilometers an hour? Let me know in the comment section. And if you're watching this video after this live stream on YouTube, after this video's been uploaded, let me know what car can this size of a Tesla Model 3 can go 800 kilometers at 120 kilometers an hour. I can't think of many. I cannot think of many. And yeah, it's pretty insane. Thank you so much, Mats Pedersen, for donating 55. I think those are Danish kroners or Danish. Mats Pedersen, that sounds very Danish. No, maybe it's Norwegian, because that's soon. Kommer det en Xiaopeng PSU-test eller en ny video på norsk snart? Og en XC90 2019 god roadtrip-bil. So, Mats, thank you so much for donating to the channel. If you guys want to ask me a question, hit that super chat button down below. It supports the channel. It really helps me out a lot, and it makes these live streams worthwhile, spending a few hours here in the evening instead of watching Netflix. Now, I would rather prefer talking to you guys. Okay, so he's asking when will there be a test of the Xiaopeng P7? You know, I haven't reached out to Xiaopeng yet. I've been so busy now with Christmas, and then I was sick, and then my daughter was in hospital, so I just haven't gotten that far. Also, will there be a video on the Norwegian channel? So for you guys who may not know, I started a Norwegian channel last year sometime. It's not been a year even. I think that channel has maybe a little more than 1,000 subscribers, but because of the main channel, I didn't prioritize that channel. I don't think I'm going to make more videos on the Norwegian channel, but what I'm going to do with the Norwegian channel is probably going to be transitioned into the live stream channel, because I'm probably going to do live streams at some point in time on a separate channel just to separate the content. So I think I'm going to use that. So if you want so this is really easy. If you want to support the live stream, you can, donate via super chat. You can also go to my Patreons, support the channel. There will be a link down below. You can go to my merch store, buy my 0% State of Charge merch, or for free, if you don't want to spend any money, you can you can subscribe to this channel, and then you can go to my Norwegian channel, which sooner or later will be the live stream channel. So I will link that down below briefly. If not, just search Chris Rifa på norsk. P-A-N-O-R-S-K på norsk. But he's asking also, is XC90 2019 model a good road trip car? It's an awesome road trip car, unless you get the T8 with the small petrol tank, which I had on the 18 model. I had an 18 model. Didn't I have an 18 model? Yeah. I think for 19 or 20, they give it a bigger fuel tank, so that's probably a better car. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. My XC90 would not even go close to, even with a big tank, would not, my diesel XC90 would probably not go close to 800 kilometers on a tank of diesel. So what car can go 800 kilometers at 120 kilometers an hour? But it's an awesome road trip car. It's big, it's quiet, it's comfortable. If you get it with the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, it is freaking awesome. And guys, probably also in the future, I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on music and audio systems. I just ordered a new sound system for my place here today. I'm going to get next month. Hopefully, I spent like an hour and a half today testing audio systems at an awesome store here in Oslo. So a shout out, just want to give it, because I got amazing service that I have not gotten in, I can't remember when. And, I complain when I get poor service. If you saw my e-tron charging services video, that will be here on the channel. It was the last or 2 videos ago. I had terrible experience with them. But today, Hifi Center in Oslo on Ring 2, like their flagship store here in Norway. This guy called Rikard, store manager, awesome service. His knowledge, the way he helped me, guided me through, buying or ordering because they didn't have it in stock. Ordering, a stereo sound system was awesome. So huge thanks to Rikard at Hi-Fi Klubben. If you're watching, Rikard, thank you so much for awesome service. And I can't wait to get my products. So if you're looking to get great audio, they will help you. So what I ended up buying is, I don't know, this is not related to, but I just want to talk about audio and the XC90. I bought Blue Sound Power Node amplifier, the latest version. This is small, stylish with music streaming, Spotify Connect and stuff like that. I can connect it to my TV with ARC, and also coupled to the Bowers & Wilkins 707, are they anniversary models? The latest 707s at least. entry level 700 series models. Just an amazing sound system. So I'm going to be listening to that a lot here, and then I'm going to be referencing that and telling you guys how good or poor sound systems in cars really are, just to get that proper perspective. But okay, guys, thank you so much, Pedersen, for the donation. So also, battery life is there. Good day, Chris. If you guys aren't familiar with battery life here in the chat, that's my mate from Germany. I've been on his channel, on his live. Sorry. I hit this. Oh, sorry. Okay, I was wondering why it was red. Okay, I do apologize, guys. I do apologize. Okay. So, what's the last thing? I think I was ranting on about some audio systems I just bought. So, okay, we're gonna skip that. I'm not going to repeat that. So, this car, what was the last thing you guys heard me? Can you just repeat the last thing you guys heard me talking about? What was the last thing I mentioned? Let me know, guys. Let's see. This chat is probably more in tune. What's the last thing what's the last thing I was talking about, guys? So I can pick up. Okay, guys. Great. So I hit. There's a mute button here on the top of the microphone. So yeah, Chris, Battery Life. Welcome to the channel, Chris. To the comment section. He's an awesome YouTuber. As I said, my mate from Germany. He has a YouTube channel called Battery Life where he does basically what I do only in Germany, and he dailies in a Volkswagen ID3. So he's going to give you a little bit of a different experience. So I highly recommend his channel. He's makes awesome content, so go check him out and support his channel. Watch his videos, subscribe to his channel. Okay, so yes, your fault, Chris. I can't mention you. No, this microphone has a touch mute button here on top, or it's angled this way, so I hit it. I'm not gonna hit the microphone. But okay, so what you guys didn't hear me talk about is that for this car, this EQXX, to reach that 1,000 kilometers of WLTP rated range, it has to have a consumption less than 10 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And you may be thinking, well, that is insane. It's not going to be able to do that. That's just, fantasy. Well, I'm now testing the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus, the new version with 491 kilometers of WLTP rated range. And that car has measured net battery capacity of 56 kilowatt hours. And for it to get that 491 kilometers of WLTP rated range, it has to have a consumption of 11.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So this Mercedes is going to be 10% more efficient, a little bit more than 10%. And having this low drag coefficient, this body shape, the low weight of 750 kilos, and those skinny tires, I think that is very realistic. And also, I have to say that I did the winter range test, motorway range test in -degrees with SR Plus, and it performed much better than the previous version, the 448 kilometers. It got much more, like 10% increase compared to the WLTP rated range compared to the old car. So that is pretty impressive. Sound will break. It was my fault. Yeah. So I think, it's a WLTP rated range, of course. But again, as I said, if this car can get 80% of WLTP rated range in summer, it's going to go 800 kilometers. Even 50% in winter is going to be 500 kilometers. But it's going to be better than that. So yeah, this is pretty insane. Tesla Bjorn had 12.5 consumption in Thailand. I can't speak Thailand. What's my consumption? I don't want to reveal the numbers here. I want you guys to watch the video, but okay, so the test here was done in, I'm just going to give you guys just like a sneak peek here. I have not edited the video yet, so I have it here in my notes. I don't even have it here in my table. Let's see. No, it's not this one. I have it there. So I have one notebook for the home office, and then I have one notebook for the here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here we have it. It did. Yeah, not even close to 12.5. But this was done between -5 and -7 degrees Celsius on a damp road which was a little bit slushy, but it was below. Great deal below 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers with an average speed of 113 kilometers an hour, that is impressive. So I think this the EQXX, I think it will be able to, I think it's going to be able to, hit those numbers. And I just realized, guys, you can't even see me, so you haven't been hearing me. I do apologize. You guys can see me now. Hi, I'm looking at myself there. Welcome back. Zoom in and remove ads. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I just wanted to say hi to you guys. So let's go ahead and maybe we want to do this. Is this better? No, let's just do full screen. Let's just do. You guys are probably tired of watching me too much. So, yeah, single rail electric motor. We're just going to scroll through some of the more of the pictures here. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, remove ads like that. Okay, there we go. This should be better for you guys. Is this more full screen? Vedelin Lisbetak. Chris, it's not WLTP. They're saying Tesla real world high rear range, which the official. Wow, 1,000 kilometers in real world. Yeah, but that makes sense though. That does make sense. But real world highway. Okay, yeah, that is insane. Kevin Leclerc, 800 kilometers is enough. Yeah, that's enough. That's what I also want to talk about today. And also we're now almost 100 people watching the stream. We're only at 47 likes, guys. Let's get us to 50 likes. That would be much appreciated. But again, I do understand it's a Tuesday, so we're not, pulling the numbers we usually do, but that's fine. Okay, so here we have some pictures of that interior. And this interior looks pretty darn nice. So that's the steering wheel-ish from the S-Class AMG, EQS AMG also, and also the S-Class AMG line. It's pretty nice. This having, the leather covered airbag cover, it's probably not going to make it into production because the EQS does not even have this. The S-Class has this, but from what I can find out, the EQS does not, and that's an expensive car. This is going to be like a C-Class size. That arrow is no joke. No, it's pretty darn awesome. So what would be like above 1,000 with city driving? Yeah, that's insane, right? Kilometers, yeah. So what's new here is that it has a new UI. It has this wraparound screen that you guys can see here. What's going to make it into production? I mean, these Mercedes-Benz lately have been insane. The hyperscreen and stuff like that. So yeah. I think this looks, oh, there we go. This looks pretty darn awesome. And you can see that door design also looks a little like, CLA A-Class. So I don't think, like, the overall design layout out here, I think is going to be pretty close to production. Also here, some animations and graphics on the screen. Will that make it into production? Maybe. Do we need that? Probably not. I think and again, my review on the EQS is probably dropping not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. The hyperscreen in the EQS, I think, is just overkill. I do like the normal screen, but do we need these large screens? No, we really don't. What we do need are bigger icons on the touchscreens, because pressing a touchscreen while moving, that's something I struggle with the Tesla Model 3. The icons are just too small. Yeah, let me know, guys, what do you think about the new EQXX? Do you like the design? Do you think it's pretty? Let me know, guys. Like here, this looks nice quality, like Mercedes are, upping their game lately. I don't think they're as well put together or has as nice switchgear as Audi or BMW, but it's still nice. I do like their design language. These seats are pretty cool. I mean, again, these are concept car seats. They're not going to look like this, but I think it's cool. I mean, whatever of this makes it into production will be really cool. And those rear seats also, you can see this is just a 4-seater. There's probably going to be a 5-seater. How's rear headroom going to be with that, sloping rear windscreen? I don't know. So here we have the battery pack. I didn't watch the presentation, guys. I just haven't had time, but I really wanted to talk about this car in this live stream. So this is the battery pack. Looks to be very compact. Is that like the BMS there on top? Do we have more pictures there? This is the rear electric motor. It looks pretty small and compact. And you can see here that it sits in a carbon fiber cradle or subframe rather. Carbon fiber subframe, so it's going to be very rigid. It's going to be very light. Pretty interesting. You can see the bushings here also looks to be quite beefy. Yeah, I mean, this is cool. Very cool. This is the front subframe. Look at that. That's so cool. Look at that design there on the not, the connecting beam, but they're on the side, that like weave pat. That's like probably what they do sometimes is they do run, some kind of evolution algorithms in these computers just to see how parts will evolve. And this is probably some advanced stuff they did there. So yeah. Neil Hangenan, will you do review C40 soon? Yes. So I actually have the C40 next week, but if I haven't, been sick enough and haven't been, enough at the hospital, I'm doing knee surgery next week. So I'm actually going to be probably a week in hospital and another week just not able to do anything. So the next 2 weeks actually are going to be, I'm trying to this week, hopefully make a few videos. I'm going to upload, but it's going to be a little bit spread out. I'm hoping to get 3 videos out in those 2 weeks, but there may be as little as 2. And I don't know if I'll be able to live stream. I'll be able to live stream on this coming Sunday, but not next Sunday. I am not sure because if I'm in hospital, I'm not able to, live stream. So So I'll have to push that C40 just a few weeks back in my calendar, but hopefully very soon. I'm excited about that car. I don't know what all of these stuff are. Probably some components, but it's really cool. I mean, this is a cool. Oh, there we have it. This is the wind tunnel testing. Look at this. Yeah, I forgot. For added aerodynamics, it has this rear spoiler down here that makes it more stable at high speed. Look at that thing. Imagine that on the road. Isn't it a pity that it's only going to have a rear electric motor with 204 horsepower? Because this kind of looks like a supercar from the rear end. And I know some of this aerodynamics are inspired by that AMG supercar, AMG 1 or something. But look at this, guys. This is pretty darn awesome. This is pretty darn awesome. Yeah, like bone structure. Abrax says, like bone structure. Yeah. Honeycomb. Norseman, will you test Cooper Born? Yes, I'm hoping for doing so I'm trying to book up my calendar this year. So what I booked, C40 that I have to push, and I also have the EQB in March. And then, guys, I also have my Taycan Cross Turismo coming soon. And again, because of surgery and all of this stuff just happening now, I had to push that back. I probably could have taken delivery of that car also next week, but I'll have to push that back to end of February, beginning of March. No, end of January, beginning of February. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of cool content. I can't wait to get my Cross Turismo now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a fan of the design of this car. I think it's very good looking. If the EQS looked like this, I would have an order on an EQS right now. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, look at this. Look at the airflow going through the hood there. Yeah. I think it's very cool looking. I just like the rear 3/4 like this. Is very good looking. Okay, guys, let's see. We're now almost 109. We're 89 people watching the live stream, 59 likes. So again, if you guys want to ask me a question that you want me to answer, you can support the channel by hitting that super chat button down below. Ask me a question, donate a small amount, a big amount. All amounts are appreciated. Last week and the week prior, we got almost like 100 euros donated, which is super awesome. I'm not expecting us to hit those numbers every week, but when we hit those numbers, I'm so grateful, and I really do appreciate it, guys. It makes these, spending these hours in the evening talking to you guys really worthwhile. Because I have to take time out of editing, I have to take time out of producing videos to do this, but I really think it's cool just talking to you guys and having these conversations. So again, if you don't want to donate via super chat, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're at 60 likes now. If we could go to at least 100 likes, would be really cool. But okay, let's see. Yeah, it's like the Speedtail. It looks like a Speedtail. It does look like a McLaren Speedtail. It's pretty darn awesome. So we're hitting 48 minutes now. Guys, I think we're going to go to an hour, maybe an hour 15, because, yeah, it is getting late, though. But okay, so I want to talk about and ask you guys, what cars are you excited for in 2022? What cars are you excited for? What cars are you looking forward to? So for me personally, just before I dive into that, I just read an article today that Tesla Cybertruck 2022 productions have been removed from their website. I don't know if that car's going to get into production, make it into production. Are you guys interested in the Cybertruck? Are you excited about the Cybertruck? Let me know, because I sure am not. I don't think it's going to make it into production. But another truck that I am excited for is the Rivian RT1. That looks cool. A new company. Yeah. And also pickup trucks, like here in Norway, I think that thing's going to sell really well because, well, pickup trucks are popular here, especially when they, at least in the past, when they had incentivized pricing where you could be registered them as trucks. You only had to pay VAT and no other taxes like on other cars. So, I mean, through the 90s and 2000s, like especially Chevrolet Silverados with the diesels were really popular here. Also Chevrolet Tahoes and Suburbans with diesels. And I mean, now I see quite a few Dodge, or not Dodge, but Ram 1500s, the Eco Diesel. So, I mean, big trucks are popular here because, Norway is a long rural country for the most part, and a lot of farming, a lot of, woodland and industry in fishing and in, stuff like that. So, trucks are popular. So I think the Rivian is going to be a popular choice here. I've had friends of me already asking me, like, what do you think about it? Do you think it's going to be cool? When do you think it's coming? I don't know when it's coming to Europe. I hope it comes to Norway soon. This year would be really cool. But me personally, the one I'm most excited about from Rivian is the R1S, the SUV, because I think that looks very good. And you guys know I love large SUVs. I've had a few of them. Have had 3 Audi e-tron, 2 XC90s. I also really want a Range Rover, and I'm waiting for the new XC90 electrical, so that hopefully will be revealed this year. So yes, JP, next electric XC90, I'm really excited. Vendelin Q6 e-tron, yeah, I think that's also going to be interesting, and A6 e-tron, also going to be very interesting. And also, Kevin, new Polestar 3, yeah, I think that's also going to be, because that's also going to be a large electric SUV. Another car I'm excited about, hope comes to Europe and Norway this year, is the Lucid Air. So I've been looking at, so as you guys know, you guys have been following the channel, I'm waiting for my Taycan Cross Turismo now. I've had an Audi e-tron GT, I've had a big Audi e-tron, and I was thinking about after the Taycan Cross Turismo, I should maybe this summer get an RS e-tron GT, because just love the e-tron GT, and I want another one. But I was thinking maybe next winter, EQS maybe, like EQS AMG 53. It looks pretty awesome. As said, maybe matte white, matte gray, light colored interior, correct wheels. But also, it would be really cool testing out a Lucid Air. I think that is a very interesting car, really interesting car. So yeah, are you guys excited about the Lucid Air? It's been getting a few cool reviews, but it's an expensive car, and maybe it's not at the luxury level as the EQS, because again, my review is coming out in a few days of the EQS, but I've already dropped a few videos. That thing is freaking awesome, and with the optional 10-degree, so it comes standard with like 4.5 degree rear steering. The one I had 10 degrees of rear steering. This car is more than 5.2 meters long. Wheelbase is like 3.2 meters long, but it has a turning circle less than a Tesla Model 3. Yes, it is big, but it's such an awesome car. And again, that car, WLTP rated range, a little bit less than 700 kilometers. And I was getting like close to 500 kilometers in the real world in wintertime, like minus 15 degrees Celsius. So that is insane. Brian Anderson, been a long time viewer of your stuff. Thank you. Thank you for so much supporting the channel. May come back to Norway in a few years with fam. Was there in 2000 with my father, relatives. There, Inger, Lise, and May-Britt Andersen. Music. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Household World, BMW iX1. Is that like a smaller iX? I'm excited about the iX also. I also may be thinking about getting an iX next winter instead of maybe an EQS, maybe hopping into an SUV or something. UK Falcon, Rolls-Royce I think would suit being an EV. Yes, that would suit being an EV, and it would also be very expensive. I don't think that's not anything I'm aspiring to yet. Maybe if we hit like 1 million subscribers, so hit that subscribe button, then we can think about getting a Rolls-Royce EV. But yeah. Also, yeah, EQS, as I said here, and also my Cross Turismo. Are there any other EVs that may be dropping this year that you guys are excited about? Ioniq 6, yeah. Kia EV9, is that the big one? And also I was reading an article today also that the Genesis electric thing, and also they're thinking of building a big electric Genesis. So for you guys who may not know, Genesis is the luxury division of Hyundai Kia, and I'm a fan. I like their stuff. I really like their stuff. I like Kia. I like Hyundai. You know, I really like the EV6. I think it's probably the best, you know, electric SUV in the price segment. You know, I did a whole video on that, and I do like their luxury stuff. I like that the Genesis cars are completely different from what the Japanese are doing and what the Germans are doing. It's just their own thing. I really do appreciate that. Brian Anderson, any suggestions on four person for Golf Club EV? Currently have a Range Rover TD6. Four person, yeah. I mean, if you have a Range Rover TD6, Audi e-tron, big Audi e-tron, or even the BMW iX. I haven't driven the iX. Hopefully, I'm going to get to drive that also. I just have to schedule things. But also, Volvo Christian, welcome to the chat, Volvo Christian. So for you guys who don't know Volvo Christian, he's my mate from my hometown of Bergen, fellow Bergenser. So if you guys are not familiar, Bergen is home to quite a few like big names in the like current pop culture. So we have Volvo Christian, who has one of the biggest Instagram Volvo accounts. So he's pretty cool. So if you like Volvo, if you like Polestar, check him out, Volvo_Christian on Instagram. Go and give him some love. But we also have the EDM artist of Kygo. He's from Bergen. We have a director, Morten Tildem, who directed Passengers, Enigma Code, Enigma Game, the one, you know, that film, and done quite a few like big Hollywood films. And also maybe the biggest artist is Alan Walker, like amazingly big from Bergen also. And then if you've heard that song like almost a decade ago called What Does the Fox Say? Yeah, I got you there. Ylvis brothers are from Bergen, and also Volvo Christian. So yeah, I'm quite patriotic about my hometown, but people from Bergen usually are. Okay, guys, we're at 66 likes. Can we get to 100 likes? It's a bit disappointing that we're only at 66, but okay. 2,000 people have been like watching the stream in total, but we only are at 66 likes. Maybe people don't like the EQXX. I do not know. But yeah, Brian, Audi, big Audi e-tron or BMW iX. Probably iX going to give you better range, but it's also going to be more expensive. I haven't driven it, but I think it's going to be pretty darn cool. But of course, you know, the exterior styling is not to everybody's taste. I think it looks nice, especially in nice trim. Morse commenting, congrats from Italy. Thank you. I don't know what we're congratulating me on, but okay, thank you so much. Vendelin, BMW i7, yeah. ID Buzz also. ID Buzz is going to be like a Volkswagen Passat station wagon replacement. I'm really excited about all of these electric station wagons, because I think like there's so many holes in the EV segment. We have a lot of crossovers and SUVs. I'm missing more saloons. And what about a coupe, sport coupe? Like I want a sport coupe. And I know, guys, I'm maybe a bit, you know, like willing to spend a lot of money on a cool car, but I would spend a substantial amount on something like an Audi e-tron GT Coupe, Porsche Taycan Coupe, I don't know, a Tesla Roadster, something like that. BMW i7, it's looking pretty cool. Also i5, the 5 Series version. Megane, I'm also excited about the Megane and also the e-tron facelift. I'm not excited about the i4. I think they could have made it a little bit cooler with like more body kit. I think the performance-wise is like an M3 or M4. They could have made it look more like an M3 and M4. I think more people would be interested and drawn to that car. Something that I find a little bit annoying is like, I don't know, maybe Tesla started this trend. And guys, we're going to go to here. I do apologize. Again, I'm just a noob at this. Here we go. Sorry. I'm talking to you. Maybe you want to see who you're talking to. So I'm a bit disappointing about the trend where all of these EVs just look the same. Like if you go out and buy a base rear-wheel drive Porsche Taycan, it's going to look exactly the same as a Turbo S. Even though the Turbo S is like 2.5 times the price once you spec it out. So that's pretty insane. I think Tesla started this. I'm not a huge fan. I like when cars look a little bit different. I don't know if I've spoken about this here before, but one of the things I don't like about the Tesla Model 3, yeah, I think last week when we did the Model 3 versus Polestar 2 comparison video, one of the things I'm not a huge fan with the Tesla Model 3 is that all versions just look alike. If we could, upgrade, do like a sport body kit version, like something like BMW M or Audi S, Mercedes AMG, different wheels, more interior colors, interior options, seats, steering wheels, and stuff like that, they could charge people and people would pay. I would pay. I would be more drawn to a car like that. So yeah. Okay. So, Snorre Fuglestad, I've had a Range Rover L322 TD. My condolences. My condolences. Range Rover LR22 TD6 is the most unreliable Range Rover ever. It is notorious. So congrats on the e-tron 55. It's a wonderful car. So when we used to work in the car industry, we had a customer who had a Range Rover TD6 L322. And he spent like 150,000 kroners, 15,000 euros in repairs in a year. Those cars are just insane. Mark M, love your channel and really cool EV cars. Thank you. But what do you think about a standardized battery swapping system so that EVs can become more practical for the general public? So like NIO have these swappable batteries. I still haven't driven a NIO. They won't get back to me. I've asked them several times about the ES8, so I'm probably going to try to get that also. It's kind of annoying because I see customer cars rolling around everywhere. Don't understand why they don't want the free marketing, but okay, it's up to them. I think it's kind of a gimmick, as these cars just get quicker and quicker at charging. Like, take the EQ, this thing here, the EQXX. So if that had a 50 kilowatt hour battery pack, it could go 500 kilometers an hour, allegedly at motorway speeds, right? So real world range 500 kilometers, which would be more than adequate for most people. If that car if it could charge at 3C, so 800 volt architecture, charge at 150 kilowatts, you could charge that battery full in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. You can get 500 kilometers of range in 20 minutes. That's 1,500 kilometers an hour, which is more than the leader of the range, the charging speed test, which is my Audi e-tron GT, which does 10 to 80% in 18 minutes and 40 seconds, which would give you 333 kilometers of range. So it charges at 1,068 kilometers an hour. Imagine that, guys. Imagine charging 500 kilometers of range in 20 minutes. It's possible. You could go even quicker. So I think once these charging times get to like 10, 15 minutes in the real world, like you don't have issues with, cold gating or thermal throttling in the summer, I think it's good enough. I mean, battery swap, realistically, how is it going to be a minute? Imagine the infrastructure, and then we like, I bought a radio controlled toy for my daughter yesterday. Do you have to buy AA batteries or AAA batteries? I mean, we can't even agree on battery standards for everything else. We're going to agree on battery standards for cars. Are these charging stations, is every manufacturer going to have like a battery swap station? I just don't see it being practical. So I think like that's why only one manufacturer are doing it, and other manufacturers are, trying to make the EVs more efficient. They're trying to get better charging speed, active preheating, preconditioning. So I think as these EVs get better and better, we get faster charging. Imagine if we could get 300 kilowatts of charging, 6C at that 50 kilowatt hour battery pack. That's going to be 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You're not going to be able to go do anything in 10 minutes. is going to be so quick. And these charging stations, when you're like, if you go to a petrol or gas station, yes, it's going to take you, say, to fill up 500 kilometers of range in a car like that, say it's going to take you 3 minutes. Say 3 minutes. So this is going to take 3 times the amount of time. But also at a petrol or gas station, you're going to have maybe 4 pumps, 6, 8 pumps. Some of these charging stations have like 20, 30, 40 chargers. Imagine like 10 or 20 years down the road. So I don't think it's going to be practical with those swappable batteries. I just think it is a gimmick at this point in time. Okay, guys, we're at 75 likes. Can we get 25 more likes just to get past that 100 like barrier? Abraxas EQXX only charges at 120 kilowatt. No, that does not make any sense. It's 900 volts. Yeah, Manuel, that makes no sense. 900 volts. It should be able to charge at, let's see, like the, it should be able to charge at, like, no problem at all at 300 kilowatts, like 3C. So take the battery pack size, you multiply it by 1 to get 1C. You multiply it to 2 to get 2C. 2C is usually your peak charging speed on a 400 volt architecture. A little bit less than 4C. Now 2C, sorry. And then on 800 volt architecture, we've seen 3C. We've seen more like Audi e-tron GT again, 270 divided by 85. It's more than 3C. So 900 volts in theory should be able to, with current technology, be able to charge at more than 3C. So that 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, 300 kilowatts, no problem at all. Should be able to do that. So then we're talking 0 to 100% in 20 minutes, 1,000 kilometers of range. Again, it's not going to have that charging curve. So maybe 15 minutes, 10 to 80%. Yeah, that would be insane. 15 minutes to get, I don't know, 700 kilometers of range. That is pretty insane. So I think like things have like in the past 10 years really evolved. So the next 10 years are going to be amazing as the car industry as a whole and in general transition into EVs. Remember the past 10 years, Tesla, Nissan Leaf, Volkswagen e-up, Renault Zoe, and then Volkswagen e-Golf, and then later on BMW i3. So 10 to 5 years ago, that was the choices we had. Today, 2022, we have Volkswagen currently offers still the e-up, I think, ID3, ID4, ID5, ID6 in some markets. We're going to get the ID Buzz, BMW i3, i4, iX3, iX. We're going to get the i7. So that's like, I don't know, there are so many EVs and the charging speed has just exponentially grown. So I can't imagine. At some point, it's going to get so good that we really don't care. And I feel like some of these cars, like EQS, like I was thinking about maybe if I was going to get an EQS, getting the 450 plus rear wheel drive version with almost 800 kilometers of WLTP rated range. 800 kilometers. That car in winter did, let's see. On the motorway range test, that Mercedes did, why is it so hard for me to find the number here? 62% of its WLTP rated range. So say it can do 75% in the summer. So 780 WLTP rated range times 0.75. It's going to give you 600 kilometers of real world range on the motorway, going 120 kilometers an hour. That means you can drive 5 hours non-stop. I mean, these EVs are just getting better and better. So I don't see that we are going to have any use or any benefits for battery swapping technology. Okay. Again, guys, I've had the cold the past week, so I'm a bit stuffed. Abraxas, EQXX also got rid of AC charging. Oh, no AC charging? Only DC? Okay. Matt, EQXXS is a concept, and looking into it too much is a bit foolish. You think so? Every Tesla that has ever been announced, and the numbers they put up on our website on money you can put down on a car, is more of a concept than any of these Mercedes that have been shown as a concept. EQS was a concept. All of these cars were concepts, really close to production. And Mercedes have really stood by there. I think like EQS was going to have like more than 700 kilometers of WLTP rated range when it was announced. The 450 Plus has 780, and the 580 4MATIC, the dual motor version with 520 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 4.3 seconds, has 675. So I don't think like EQX, will it come out this year? Probably not, but mid 2023, late 2023, like within 2 years, probably. So I think we really should be looking at Mercedes are showcasing the future, the very close future. So yeah. Brad Anderson, would you buy the 450 or 580 EQS in Indianapolis? Very little snow. Didn't you drive a Range Rover TD6 and then you live in Indianapolis? Oh yeah, you drive. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So this is interesting. So I'm just gonna talk. I'm a huge fan of Range Rovers. Like, if you guys didn't know, that's why I'm really, when the electric version comes out next year. So we like the L3. No, didn't he have an L322? That was somebody else. The L322 generations were called TD6s. And then they were changed to TDV6 and TDV8. And then that's what they're called today. They're not called the TD6, but in the US they're called TD6, which is interesting. That's a nameplate we don't use anymore. So when you were talking about TD6, I just thought you were from the UK, called Brian. But okay, 450 or 580 EQS. If you want the most car for your money, you don't need that blistering performance, which you probably don't need since you drive a Range Rover TD6. Get the 450. It's going to cost you probably $20,000-$30,000 less. It's going to look exactly the same on the inside and on the outside. And it's going to give you 780 kilometers of WLTP rated range in Norway. I don't know what the EPA rates that at 780, but I'm going to guess. Come on, calculator. 780 divided by 1.6. It's probably going to be like real world 450 miles of real world range in that car, which is pretty darn impressive. So I would go for the 450. I'm considering that for myself, like next year. If you live in a place with little snow, get that. It's just as cool. It's a little bit slower, but again. Rogerio Gomez Osorio. Hello, I'm a fan of your videos. How do you get so smooth footage when you are driving? I don't know. Sometimes I mount my camera. I just try to hold it as smooth as possible. But I'm looking into getting like a mount, something like this, like a boom arm that's fixed. So if anybody knows a product like this, which you can mount the camera on, where you just can lock it into place, because it would be much safer. Huge Jardon, Mercedes won't be mass market in 5 years. Mercedes won't be mass market in 5 years. I mean, I do not understand that comment. They're pretty mass market today, Mercedes. So I don't think they're going to be less mass market. Matt, I have a Taycan and road tripped. It's 7,000 miles. Got like 270 miles per 185 miles per hour stretch. So I believe the EQX in range. I think things just like AC charging and charging speed are likely to change the true. Yeah, I agree with you. Um, Range Rover explains a lot. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're all, at an hour and 14 minutes now. We're at 82 likes. Can we get to 100 likes? 18 likes away from 100 likes. We're gonna keep on going just a few more minutes, or I don't know. I don't have any more talking points now. I really didn't, prepare too much today because of all of the everything that's been happening. But these are the cars I'm most excited about. Of course, my Taycan Cross Turismo coming in 2 to 3 weeks. Really excited about doing that. I've been, I ordered that car and I just, put it on the back burner, just not thought about it. And then now I've just really been looking forward to it. I brought up the configuration yesterday, and I'm pretty satisfied with the. Maybe I would have gone for 360 camera now, but maybe that's the only thing I'm like, I should have done differently. But I'm pretty excited about that car. Volvo Christian estimated charging speed, on EQXX is over 270. Yes, I believe that. It's a concept that's showcasing the future design language and technology of Mercedes, not necessarily as upcoming production model. Yeah, true, but I think they're going to get a lot of positive press from this. People are excited. We're doing this live stream now, so I think there's huge incentives for Mercedes to push for this product. Mercedes now are the leader in range. No other car has more WLTP rated range than the EQS. It's better than any Tesla. It's better than Lucid. I think so. So, at least here in Europe. So it's pretty darn awesome. So, like, that's Mercedes' thing. They've designed a whole bunch of cars around aerodynamics to push that range. So I think they're going to be a range leader. Manuel, German car tester, drove 450 plus from Munich to Berlin, 600 kilometers with single charge at 130 kilometers an hour. Yeah. And had 48 kilometers of range left. Yeah, that is pretty insane. 650 kilometers at 130 kilometers an hour on the Autobahn. Yeah. Ooh, Matt, I would love Defender if it was EV. Yeah, but hopefully they're going to have EVs, big Range Rover, EV, Range Rover Sport, EV Defender, EV Discovery. I just hope their cabin tech improves because that's not the best in the business. But that new Range Rover, it looks so damn beautiful. Range Rovers are classy. I mean, like, if I had money was no limit, would I get a Bentayga, a Cullinan, or a Range Rover? I'd probably get the Range Rover, and I've driven the Cullinan. Sat in the new Bentayga several times, the facelifted version and the pre-facelift. But that Range Rover is pretty darn nice. Matt, any plans to come to the US? Bet you and Kyle from Out of Spec Motoring, OSS, Out of Spec, yeah. Had fun. Yeah, I was invited to their thing in LA in December, but because of had to move in the end of November, beginning of December, and everything happening, I just had to decline. Sorry guys, I do not have the time. But hopefully, what I really want to do, if the world opens up again, I was thinking about this the other day, it would probably be really cool. But again, once I get my Taycan, I want to do a huge road trip. So what I really want to do this summer, it may be May, it may be, June or July, depending on the weather, I want to take my Cross Turismo to Iceland. So I found out that from Hirtshals in Denmark, which is, I don't know, it's not too far from here. You can take a ferry from here to Hirtshals, but maybe it's like a day drive. I can drive there, and then it's 2 to 3 days on ferry with the car to go to Iceland and do a round trip of the whole island, stay there for a week, and then go back again. Would you guys like to see Taycan Cross Turismo on the island of Iceland? I think that would be so darn cool. I don't know if they have charters. I don't know anything about the EV infrastructure. But that's what I want to do with this channel as we grow, as we get more views, get more subscribers. I want to do these epic road trips everywhere. And also, Francis Serafini, is that my dude Frank? Is that you, Francis? Yeah. So that's my friend Francis Frank in the in the chat. So before I delivered back the EQS, he got to ride with me, and like, you know, the hyper screen. There are 3 screens, right? One for the passenger, driver's display, and then the screen in the middle. So he put his screen to map, and I put the infotainment screen, and then I put the driver's display to map. He took a photo. It was pretty hilarious. Maybe I'm gonna put it somewhere at some time. But like, we had triple maps. This is like so redundant and stupid, but I know it's kind of fun. Brack says, "Yay for Taycan footage. Make sure preheating is tip top." Yes, 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 yes. Arlen Hansen, yes. Matt, road tripping my Taycan was way more fun than any of my Teslas. I do wish it had a touch cheap. Was a touch cheaper though, because I'd love the GTS. Okay, yeah, sure. It's not a cheap car. It's not a cheap car, but it's an awesome car. Yeah, I can't wait to do road trips in that car. So 2022, hopefully, we're gonna do a lot of road trips. Hopefully we're gonna go talking about Kyle from Out of Spec reviews. Hopefully he's going to go back to Germany in September again. We're gonna do the whole IAA thing. We had a blast down there. I showed a guy today some photos, just reminiscing over when me and him. If you have seen that video, guys, search for picking up a Taycan Cross Turismo Turbo. We went from beautiful summer's day or warm day in September. We took my e-tron GT from Munich to Stuttgart to the factory, spent a whole day at the factory, and then we blasted back, like, is it like 200 kilometers, 150 kilometers, 6-lane Autobahn, de-restricted, at night, no traffic, just blasting in the left lane, him at VMAX, 257 kilometers an hour in the Cross Turismo Turbo, and me in the e-tron GT, 248 kilometers an hour VMAX. That was insane. So yeah, I can't wait to do more road trips with these EVs. So guys, I think we're gonna cut it there. 1 hour and 22 minutes. We didn't get to 100 likes. We're at 90, so 10 more likes, we would have gotten to 100, but yeah. So I thank you so much for watching, everybody. Again, we were supposed to do this yesterday, and, you know, Tuesday, at least according to the poll, wasn't the day most people wanted the live stream. And again, I just, you know, put it up a few hours before. So hopefully we're going to do again on Sunday. I'm going to announce it a bit earlier so you guys can tag along earlier. So again, if you're new here, thank you so much for watching. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for watching 2 times. So if you're a subscriber, you get double greetings. So if you want to support the channel, you can subscribe, you can like, you can check out my Patreon, and you can also check out my merch. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.